Move into the playground. Also, like Jack. So after every session, so what I'll do. Okay. So for each topic, right? For each topic, so I have the respective playground files. So for initial first 1 or 2 modules, it will be in playgrounds. So after that, it will be small Xcode projects. Okay, for example, okay, take this module 4. Okay, so if you're learning about parsing data, lifecycle, auto layout, all those things. So for each topic, we'll be having the Xcode project. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll share this playground file. So after the session, so you can use it, you can try it out. Okay, or you are like, I'll share it anyway. So if you want to try it out, you can try it right away also. Okay, while learning the session. Okay, so first about Swift Playground. So Swift Playground is a place where you can learn Swift code. You can see the output right away. So if you type something, you have an option at the bottom for automatically run and manually run. So for now, I just enabled manually run. If you like enabled automatically run, you can just type Swift code. So immediately you'll be able to see the output right away. Okay, so I just have a couple of print statements and I have a for loop and this part, right? So the reason I added this is you can actually create import UI kit framework and you can actually create UI object in playground itself. Okay, so you can see the like output right away either in the coding part or in the output section. Okay, so and the additional options here. Okay, okay, so you can see the graph. So for example, I have a variable and I am like changing the value of the variable inside the loop. So and it is continuously decreasing. So if you want to see the graphical presentation of the how the value is getting changed at runtime, you can use the option to see the graphical presentation. So this will be helpful for you when you develop an algorithm or like any complex algorithm. So if you want to see how the value of a variable is changing at runtime, you can use this. Okay, so these are all the basic options available in playground. So with the help of some loops and UI objects, and try to explain it. Okay, yeah. So it was playground was actually introduced in Xcode 6.3 and yeah, so we have this playground timelines. That is what I showed you now. So playgrounds are particularly useful when working and experimenting with Swift algorithms. So this can be of particular use when combined with playground timeline assistant.
It's just
Yeah.
a lot. It's just a compiler, huh? That runs code.
Yes. Yes.
And but you don't have to use Swift Playground. There's other ones too, like I think Swift Sandbox or something like that, or Swift Swift Hub, one of those ones. It's like the same thing.
Okay. Okay. Is it third party comes with Xcode or like?
It's just the same thing like Playground, but it just runs the code like that's all it does.
So that is a separate tool you downloaded, or it is doing it in the browser itself?
In the browser.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that too. But actually, for me, Playground is more comfortable. Like it is having more options than compared to that. But so
Yeah,
you used to work with that or with the Playground?
I just remember in the very beginning, like
Okay.
when Swift first came out.
Yes, 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 yes. So
Yeah.
initially, I think they didn't have a playground. After some time, they released this playground. So this is having more option when compared to that. Even I remember that. I remember working on browser that do the same thing. Yeah. So that is one of the options. Okay. And yeah, working with UIKit in playground. So the playground environment is not restricted to simple Swift code statement. So it is more powerful. You can actually add UI kit framework to the playground, and the UI kit framework contains most of the classes necessary to implement user interface for iOS application. And yeah, so this is the area which will be covered in in detail. So I just created a simple UI label. You can see it here. Let my label equal to UI label with the frame of like width, height, uh,
The input
200.
values?
Sorry, what is it?
The input value?
Yeah, input value. So while creating a label, so we can initialize the label with the frame. So frame, you know how it works, like x0, y0, width and height. So
Yeah,
x,
left, right, up,
yes,
down. Yeah.
yes. So x0 is the point here, and y0 is the point on the top, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is like that. So vertical is y and horizontal is x, from left to right and top to bottom. And width and height. Okay, so if you want to see the output, you can just simply run it and you can see the output. Let it load. I think it is loading. It's taking. Let's come back after it completes. So yeah, so you can do that. So this is how it will look like. You can see the output right away. But there is actually no point in creating UI object in Playground. So I'm just explaining that is possible. So if you want to do, you can do it. But so the reason we are having it is, so sometimes we can try something out in the playground, but later you want to, like, it will come up very good, and like it will have some class which works very well. If you want, you can integrate that playground file into your Xcode project. So that is possible. So that is the reason you can try it out in Xcode. Later, at some point of time, you want to add it to the Xcode, like your project, you can do it. Okay. Yeah. So now variables and data types.